Hello and welcome to Witness. I'm Raggy Omar. It is known as Argentina's dirty war, the period of military rule in the 1970s and early 80s when thousands of suspected dissidents, left-wing activists, trade unionists and anyone seen as an opponent disappeared. Basic liberties were cast aside in what the military said was a national struggle against a communist-led insurgency. Torture was routinely used in a policy where the ends justified the means. But the human cost was immense. The 1984 Commission on the Disappeared documented the disappearance and probable death at the hands of the military regime of about 11,000 people. Whilst many in Argentina and around the world campaigned for the thousands who disappeared, the children they left behind were forgotten. In the last few years, Argentina has begun to confront this grim past and seek justice against some of those responsible for the dirty war. Later, I'll be speaking to Federico Rodriguez, a victim of Argentina's military regime, imprisoned and tortured for 3 years and then exiled in London for nearly 30 years. But first, a look at how Argentina is discovering its missing generation.
Bueno, nosotros en Argentina somos miles los que estamos en estas condiciones de ser hijos de desaparecidos. Somos miles. No sé una frase exacta. Estaba haciendo la cola para hacer los trámites para entrar al colegio. Esto fue en el 96. Y estaba haciendo la cola y viene un chico y me da un volante y me dice: yo soy de hijos, somos hijos de desaparecidos, vamos a dar una charla. Y me entrega un volante. Entonces yo lo miro y le digo: yo también soy hija de desaparecidos.
Sí, porque es de arriba para abajo.
Nora es muy parecida, pero tiene de los dos, ¿no? Hay una sonrisa, un gesto que es Quique. El pelo es el color del padre. Así. Mi hija tenía un cabello bien negro, lacio total. ¿Cómo era la madre, que es mi hija, la que más conozco, ¿no? Es una hija con el mismo carácter del padre, igual, hasta la transpiración. Así era. Y ahora se me corta. Así que aquí que lo llevaron a las 11 de la mañana, el 31 de agosto, y bueno, llegamos ahí y nos encontramos con la realidad, ¿no? Que ellos tenían la bebita, que la habían dejado, sí. y la casa saqueada, ese es el término.
Laura, nuestra hija mayor, fue secuestrada en 1977. En ese momento Laura tenía 22 años y era estudiante en la Universidad de La Plata. Buscándola a Laura, secuestraron a mi marido Guido. Lo llevaron, lo torturaron salvajemente, estuvo 25 días desaparecido y ese secuestro y luego el secuestro y muerte de Laura lo marcó para siempre. Cuando ella todavía no había sido asesinada, alguien nos informó que estaba presa y dijo que Laura estaba bien, su embarazo de 6 meses estaba controlado y que si era varón le iba a poner el nombre de su papá, Guido. Tengo la constancia, la certeza de que Guido nació, que le fue arrebatado a las pocas horas a Laura para regresarla sola al campo de concentración. El 25 de agosto del 78, Laura fue asesinada.
I'm joined now in the studio by Federico Rodriguez, who has been living in the United Kingdom for nearly 30 years and who was himself a victim of torture during this period in Argentina, to talk about the film Missing Generation. Thanks for joining me, Federico. Can I take you back, almost 30 years when you were living in Argentina and you were picked up and arrested and subsequently tortured? What happened to you, during that experience?
Well, I was arrested from my house, and taken from my house, At the time, I was with my two little children. At the
Two
time.
boys.
Two boys. And my preoccupation at the time was to try not to instill in the children the terror and fear that I was starting to feel. And then I was taken away with them. And my son Pedro said to me, like a man, trying to contain his emotions, say, "They are going to kill you, Dad." And I said, "No, don't worry, I'll come in back." And it didn't come back after many years. Yeah.
How many years was it before you saw them again?
3 years. 3 years after.
Whilst you were held without being charged, you were tortured.
It was customary that the military will torture you, even when they picked up people who, whether they knew or they didn't, but who were completely innocent, out of anything. They first they were tortured and then released.
But what kind of things, happened? Because, I understand from having spoken to you earlier that the army still regarded itself, the Argentinian army during this period, as still being professional and noble, so they did some kind of torture, but not other things, because they had this image of themselves as a professional army, and so they did professional torture.
Yeah, well, indeed, yes. For example, when I was being tortured, what we call the grill, which is like a bed with no mattress that you are chained to it. And they are torturing you, and then they stop, like a coffee break, and they start talking about fishing or something like that, completely disattached of the fact that I was there being tortured. Yes, they consider themselves very professional. They consider it so professional that they try not to. My perception of that was that they didn't try to get involved in the anger of that.